Explosive linebacker Noah Mikhail is now a Texas A&M Aggie commit. On today's five-star flex, he's going to dive into why he picked Texas A&M, why he's really looking forward to playing Notre Dame once he gets to College Station, and what the Aggies did in order to get his pledge. Oh yeah, and was there really a school that tried to land a helicopter to recruit him? We'll talk about it next on the five-star flex. Noah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be back out on the show. Now I'm an Aggie, so I know we
Man,
talked last time, and it's a little different now.
yes, sir. Hat looks good on you too, my brother.
Thank you.
So, what was it like when you came to the realization that you know what, I'm going to be an Aggie?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a big sigh of relief at
Okay.
first. Kind of. I've been in this process and blessed to be in this process for about 3 years now. So, I think it was a big relief to kind of just know where I'm going and start working towards my next goal, which is you know playing at the collegiate level and doing that early. So
What were the most important factors in you choosing Texas A&M?
yeah, I think when it came down to it, a lot of the schools, last three, they all had football wise very similar backgrounds, and there was opportunity at all three. There was development at all three. Great coaching staffs at all three. But I think what really separated A&M in the long run was where I felt comfortable and where it felt like it was home at. Where you got to be happy to strive, and I think at A&M that's where I'm happy, and that's where I feel like I'm going to strive the most.
Being a guy from the West Coast, it would have seemed like somewhere on the West Coast would have felt more like home. What made College Station feel like home to you?
Yeah, I think that partly had to deal with the people I was around. They have a great supporting cast there. They are a great coaching staff and a great, just great people down in College Station. Everyone I met was nice and just very welcoming. So I think it just gave it a home type of feel. That's usually how it is in the South. So
Yeah.
I think they kind of hit that home, and we got a lot of Cali kids coming to the Aggies. So
So, regardless if it's a coach, a family member, or somebody on the staff at A&M, who was the first person that you told that you were going to be an Aggie?
I think it was talking with my parents.
Okay.
I decided with my parents. It was a few days before, but we were really talking through everything, praying through everything, really wanting to make the right decision. And through that prayer, it led me to A&M.
What was Coach Elko's response when you told him you were coming?
Yeah, so Coach Elko and Coach Bateman put them on a three-way merges of calls, and they were ecstatic. Really, we built that relationship just in the past few months because they had just gotten there, um, and I really felt like I could trust them, and they were really excited about that.
Is there anybody on the current roster that'll be there when you get there that you're excited about playing with?
Yeah. So Torian, I
Okay.
know he's their Mike linebacker right now. I think, he was SEC first team as a freshman at linebacker. So I think, just playing by next to him and really learning how he plays and what he did to get on the field early and be a freshman and playing. I think I'm going to be trying to follow in his footsteps and learn as much as I can.
You had almost every school in the country after you. Was there any like a crazy story that you had about anything in the recruiting process, like a crazy something a fan may have said that was crazy, or a crazy experience on a visit that you may want to share?
I mean, there was one school. There was one school trying to land a helicopter on our field.
Oh wow.
They were trying to land a helicopter on our field. It was against like our since we're in SoCal,
Right.
all the buildings and stuff. It was against like city regulations, so they couldn't end up doing it. But that's just like crazy to me to think someone's trying to pull up in a helicopter to come see me.
So we're in the NIL era, and we hear all of these crazy stories about NIL. And you don't if there is a school, you don't have to name it. But was there a school that offered you like a crazy amount of money in NIL?
I think nothing too crazy. It was all, I mean, down to my last three, I had all very genuine schools. So none of those schools were, really throwing out stuff that was unrealistic. I think,
Okay.
NIL is a part of it. It's not the decision maker for me though. So
That I love that because we hear so much about it, but to hear somebody as talented as you say, hey, NIL is a part of it, but it's more so about the relationships and feeling at home. If you had to say there was a factor of any guys that you play with or any guys in SoCal that they're really focused on, do you think more guys are focused on relationships, or do you feel like the people in your area, your peer group, that there's a lot of influence with NIL?
yeah, I think it's kind of a mix. It really just depends on the type of person. I think a lot of people, if they're grounded and they have a good supporting cast, they know that NIL is not really where you make the money. It's in the league. So I think this is just a small part of it, and really the relationships and the development and all those other factors are really what matter. So I think it can go a little bit either way.
Is there any particular school that you're looking forward to playing against that you can already see in your mind? You're like, man, you know what? I can't wait to get on the field against these guys.
Yeah, so my like dream school ever since I was young was Notre Dame.
Okay.
And I know my freshman year it will be week 1, game 1 in South Bend
Oh
at Notre
wow.
Dame. So that would be my first ever college game. And just that would be crazy to me because that was always like, growing up I was always a Notre Dame fan, and then now
Mhm.
playing against them, that's pretty cool. So
So with Notre Dame being your dream school, did they recruit you?
they did. I just think, when it comes down to it, there's things you got to look into, and I don't think it was the right match. So
Okay. So is there anybody that was close to you that was shocked that you picked Texas A&M, and how was that interaction if there was that going on?
yeah, I think a lot of people were shocked. I had a pretty big group here, and it was pretty split. So I mean, I probably about 33% each way. So
Mm.
there was some shock when I did choose A&M from people that are close to me that know me too. But I mean, some people, obviously they got a little sidekick in them, and they knew a little bit. But yeah, mainly it was kind of a shock.
What's your biggest focus for your senior year before you get to College Station?
Yeah, I think now that I'm done with the recruiting process, I think really locking in with my team this year and trying to do something special with them. Really got 5 months left until I'm in college, so I think really, grinding with the team and trying to do something special there, along with starting to learn the system at A&M before I can get there. So I'm ahead of the game already.
Is there anywhere in College Station that you can recommend for me that when I go, if I visit College Station somewhere like Duke's, you got to go there?
Yeah, yeah.
Restaurant, clothing store, doesn't matter.
I would say go to Hop Dotty. They took us there twice. They got some good. It's like a burger, chicken sandwich joint, and they got some good fries too. But it's a solid spot. They got a few restaurants around there. I would recommend trying all of them.
All right. So before we get out of here, tell the Texas A&M fans what they're getting in a guy like Noah Mikhail.
Yeah, first of all, they're getting the hardest worker. No one's gonna outwork me. I'm gonna be in there all the time. You know, working my hardest, getting extra work in, learning everything, and I'm coming to, make an impact and make an impact early and really help the team, do what they're supposed to, win that natty. So I think the class we're building is very, very good, and it's helping us towards that goal. But from myself standpoint, I'm coming with a chip on my shoulder.
I love it. Are there any guys in California that you're looking at to say, you know what, they need to come play with me at A&M?
Yeah, I mean, all the Cali kids that are already committed, I've already been close with, but I think whatever Cali kids that are left, they should really check it out because it's a good place, especially And they're hot in Cali right now. They got 4 of the top 10. So
Right. That's
it's hot.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Where can everybody find you on social media, Noah?
On Instagram, it's Noah Mikhail _3. And Twitter, I believe it's Noah Mikhail 3.
All right. Noah, thanks so much, brother.
Yes, sir.